this age of discontent and strikes, you might be used to protests and placards. But this is one of many clashes appearing outside events for children. Why?
All I care about is the children.
So do we!
Because it's Drag Queen Story Hour, where a drag queen reads to a group of kids. And for some, they just shouldn't be anywhere near young people.
Hello! Where are you?
And this is the performance at the centre of it all.
And here we go.
Sab Samuel is Ada HD, the Storytime drag queen, a concept he set up back in 2017.
It feels like in the past year, Drag Queen Story Hour is being used as this political manoeuvre by certain people to either maintain political power or to gain it.
Critics say Sab's social media contains adult humour. He says any such material was before he started Story Hour and has since been deleted. We went to a reading at St George's in Bristol, who say they took the appropriate safeguarding precautions and that Sab provided DBS checks and letters of recommendation. Today's reading was welcome to all ages.
With a river and a pool.
What's the main message of Drag Queen Story Hour?
Oh, have fun. Have fun in life. I don't see me as a teacher of inclusivity. I don't feel I need to teach inclusivity. Kids do not need to be taught how to be inclusive, they already are.
I guess when you say inclusivity, and you are just reading a book, to those who might have questions or concerns, they'll think it's preaching something.
These people think I'm doing some sort of insidious thing, and I'm not. I'm writing stories that are just fun. I'm making them interactive.
What do you think they think is going on here?
So these people think that this is, and I quote, a sex show for kids. This is what they think it is. And I'm concerned for their thought processes in how they genuinely have gone from LGBT event to sex show for kids.
To those people who aren't protesters outside, but they perhaps say drag queens aren't for children's entertainment, what would you say?
Mrs. Doubtfire. Pantomime. Eat it.
After the reading, I talked with parents and the intended audience about the event. Did you enjoy it?
The children definitely enjoyed it because it was quite colourful and very interactive. We made the story really, really interesting.
Bristol's a fantastic city for it. There was no trouble, and actually everybody here out the front was very supportive and of inclusive society, which I think is really important. And that's part of the reason we thought it was important to bring the kids as well, because it's something you want my children to grow up with an inclusive mindset.
Outside, there was no trouble. One man, who said he was a concerned local, but didn't say if he was for or against the event, did film from across the road. And while he didn't want us to show him, he filmed us. Hi guys.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, we're from Channel 4 News. We're filming at the Drag Queen Story Hour. Later on, pro-LGBTQ+ protesters covered his camera. But I wanted to find out what the exact concerns are of those people who have protested against Drag Queen Story Hours.
When I first found out that there was a drag story hour, obviously that's a concern because drag is adult entertainment.
We travelled to sunny Port Talbot in South Wales and sat down with Kimberly Isherwood. She's part of Public Child Protection Wales, a grassroots group concerned about safeguarding policies and procedures. She's previously attended a protest at a reading hour. She brought along 2 colleagues to film us, and I asked her about the event we attended in Bristol. But as in what we saw?
Yeah, as in what you saw, which they knew you were coming. But we've seen videos then where they're dressed in thongs and they're twerking in front of small children. So yeah, obviously they're going to behave in a different way. And the groomers do exactly the same. All groomers are charismatic. All groomers are friendly.
Because I guess the parents who we spoke to said that they enjoyed the event. There was nothing wrong with them. It's their choice what they take their children to.
Well, it is their choice what they take their children to, but an argument people are using is children need to learn to read. Well, if you need a drag act for that, there's something wrong, Why are your children not reading without the drag act?
Because obviously, you are about safeguarding for kids, because I guess their argument would be is that when it comes to those protests, a lot of children are actually quite upset when they're going to these events and having people shouting on either side or shouting, things about sexualisation, about paedophiles, that's quite damaging for the kid, isn't it?
So why are the parents taking them there when they know this is going to happen?
But you haven't got a problem with them being taught about LGBTQ issues or that community?
Absolutely not. We're talking about individuals. Everybody is an individual. We celebrate these differences.
I asked Kimberly whether Drag Queen Story Hour was not simply like Panto, an annual British tradition incredibly popular with children and parents.
It is nowhere near like drag.
You don't think you can have
Drag is an adult entertainment. You cannot compare the two. I will not accept that argument, plain and simple. We shouldn't even be having this discussion, mind, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think that you should go to more of the events to understand them more? Or do you think
I don't need to understand it.
I
I know drag is adult entertainment. What is to understand?
Throughout her interview, Kimberly referenced images she'd seen from a different drag queen event on social media. And at the reading we attended, there was no evidence whatsoever of any of the accusations she made. We saw no sexual humour, children were accompanied by their parents, and as we noted earlier, the venue carried out all the appropriate safeguarding checks.
I love it, thank you.
And so for now, neither side will stop either complaining or performing. And so the protest will continue, and the readings will too.
I'm actually trying to stop myself from crying, because I've got to perform any second now.